The origins of the Health and Safety at Work Act date back to the Code of Hammurabi in ancient Mesopotamia in Iraq in 1754 BC. Now, the oldest recorded health and safety legislation is that if a man builds a house and that house shall collapse and kill the owner, then that builder shall be put to death. Now, that's a bit of extreme health and safety consequence, isn't it? And I can't help but think sometimes in our society today that some people need a severe punishment for violating health and safety law. But the oldest health and safety law that we know recorded was included in the Code of Hammurabi. I don't think there's any Egyptian health and safety law that was recorded in hieroglyphs. Now, early on in the Victorian era in the UK, we had what we called the Factory Acts. Now, the Factory Act, 1819, 1833, 1847 Factory Acts. And they were all brought together along with other Factory Acts in 1961. And this created the rules for safety of employees in factories. Now, this ticked over for quite a while until in 1966, the coal board disaster at Aberfan, which killed 120 people when the coal heap slid onto the village of Aberfan, onto their school. Now, Lord Robens, who ran the coal board at the time, was given the job of writing a new health and safety legislation called the Health and Safety at Work Act. And he completed that in about 1972, and it was put on a shelf, considered too expensive for the UK economy to implement. Then in 1974, near Scunthorpe, Nypro, a cyclohexane chemical plant, exploded and 28 men died. And on that day, the new incoming Labour government decided that the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974 will be enacted. So thank you for listening to a little bit of history of the Health and Safety at Work Act, and I hope that increases your understanding of why the Act is in place at all.